Hello, everyone, and welcome to Speed Gaming 2, and welcome into a second round matchup, a round of 16, an eighth finals, however you want to look at it, in the winner's bracket of the 2022 MadMegaX3 Any Tournament. Alongside Facet CC, I'm Ferran Burgundy. We'll be bringing the action here to you in this best 2 out of 3 falls. Very professional wrestling-esque in that regard, as the winner will advance into the quarterfinals of the winner's bracket, and the runner-up will fall into the bonus bracket, but pretty far along in this double elimination tournament.
Yeah, it should be a good race. We've got the 4-seed Prisi and the 13-seed MadMega. About 3 minutes separate their respective PBs, but I'm looking forward to this race. Should be fun. It's going to round out the quarterfinals when this match is done, and the winner will go on and face the 5-seed Madu. So I think I'm going to go ahead and give the runners the go-ahead to start preparing here, and should get this race going pretty soon.
Sounds like a plan, and in the interim, I would like to thank the Mexican runner for the raid. We are just about getting ready to get started here in race number 1 in this best 2 of 3 between Prisi and MadMegaX381. I was drawing a blank because it's been a while since I've taken Spanish. I was going to say bienvenidos. That's the word I was looking for welcome. So I do have a bit of a tracking sheet here because I know that from what I've seen of other commentators in the tournament, as this is my debut into this foray here, that sometimes it's a little hard to tell who is quote-unquote ahead or behind, but I've got the respective boards here and I'll be checking those off as the respective racers take care of that particular boss. Starting with the 8 bosses of Magnet Man, Hard Man, Top Man, Shadow, Spark, Snake, Gemini, and Needle. And then, of course, the revisiting boards from Mega Man 2, or the revisiting bosses, I should say, of the respective 8 Mega Man 2 bosses in the 4 boards of Spark, Needle, Gemini, and Shadow, and then, of course, the Wily stages. But for now, we are, it looks like, underway. And MadMegaX going to start with Top Man. So too is Prisi. Gotta love when it's a little more uniform in that regard.
Yeah, this game is pretty infamous for that with races. That there's probably 3 main routes that you'll see runners do. Top is the most common; it's the fastest. But you know, Magnet first, Gemini first. You'll see in this tournament as well. Actually, you'll see Needle first in this tournament too. And you can do a different path through the dock robots. So it's nice when they run the same route, and we can kind of get a nice little side-by-side about their progress.
Yeah, when it comes to the various starts, it's like a particularly popular chocolate and peanut butter cup. There's no wrong way to start it.
Yeah, whatever you're most comfortable with. The difference between the routes is pretty minimal, so better to do a route that you're familiar and comfortable than you know, whatever is technically the fastest. But nice to see top. So the top first route is very difficult. You start with 3 of the toughest stages, Top, Shadow, Gemini, and so in a race situation, you're definitely trying to just get your feet under you and try to get through these stages without a death. Prisi coming up to these top jumps here. We'll see. Ooh, and wow, this would be incredible if he can save this, but I think
Not
that's
able
possible.
to pull it off.
You see MadMega is taking a little bit more time here on the tops, trying to avoid the death. The death Prisi took there is about a 35-second one, so that would put MadMega in the lead. Good reason to start with Top is that Top takes 2 damage from each Buster Shot here. You're trying to kill him in 3 cycles here. You can afford to miss 1 shot. Ooh. So it looks like MadMega is going to get a 4th cycle there, but not too bad. And he is through Top. Prisi manages to get through the tops on the 2nd try, and he doesn't wait on the last one, which is a pretty bold move. Down 1 life already with Shadow and Gemini to come. But Prisi is a veteran of this game. He's played it on the biggest stage imaginable.
Plus, I'd imagine already taking that early death, there's got to be a bit of a feeling of playing from behind and taking some calculated risks.
Sure, that's fair. It's an interesting position to be in when your PB is, multiple minutes ahead of your opponent. You have to kind of count on your experience to kind of carry you through. You're really trying to avoid the catastrophe, which would be, a game over where you have to replay a stage or something like that. That's usually what's going to cost you a race like this. Which is why, your life count going into these stages is kind of important. Taking a game over at the end of Gemini is like the type of thing that could allow MadMega to win this race.
It can certainly be an equalizer for sure. As we now have the soldiers and eyeballs here in Shadow Man for MadMega. Prisi working on the Proto Man fight.
Yeah, beautiful Proto. MadMega through this dark room, and Prisi going through it right now. One of the best screens in the game. Just beautiful movement, and killing enemies just as they appear on screen. So here's one of the key features of this route, are these parachute jumps. You see MadMega kind of taking his time with top spin here. We're going to see Prisi most likely try to do this without the hesitations there, and we'll see if he can pick up some time, or, well, let's see if he can pick up some time. The key here is turning right before you hit. Wow, that was a beautiful parachute section from Prisi.
Wow.
And you can see how much time he picked up there. Turning right before you hit the parachutes will boost you to the right instead of the left. Very, very difficult section. MadMega had a very good shadow fight. Prisi's not quite as good, but yeah, he picked up a good chunk of time in that stage.
Yeah, 413 out of Shadow Man versus 428. So cut the lead down to about 15 seconds.
Pretty good. Pretty good with a 35-second death in there. Gives you an idea of Prisi's level of movement and execution. He's one of the 4 runners in this tournament that has a sub-34 time, and definitely one of the contenders to win this tournament for sure. So here we have Gemini, which is one of the more famous stages in classic Mega speedrunning. This is very, very difficult.
For casual players like myself, this is the bane of my existence.
Yeah, I think anybody that played this game as a kid was very afraid of this stage. And as the speedrunner, it's no different. It doesn't make it any easier.
To this day, I'm still afraid of it. And, oh wow, a zip that I didn't even know was a thing. How about that?
Yeah, a couple of tricks back to back here. You got the proto skip, which is going to kill the music in the stage, and then also the zip through the tadpoles there, which saves a couple seconds. You can see them shooting eggs to release tadpoles. If you have 3 of them, the eggs will stop spawning tadpoles, which is a neat little trick to not have to shoot as many shots to clear those sections out.
And then there are some very challenging, 8-frame slides on these single blocks?
Yeah, so in this game, you can't jump out of a slide in the first 8 frames after you initiate it. So these single block slides are scary. Saw MadMega get through, again with some hesitations here and there. Actually, really got in a little bit of trouble. That last slide jump from Prisi was very, very close. One of the problems with that screen is the lag fluctuates. And when you don't kill the dragonflies that you normally do, you end up in an unfamiliar position, and it's really easy to die. But both runners getting through, which is fantastic. Okay. Prisi on 3 health, doing a damageless fight here. Okay. It was a scary stage for Prizzy, I would say, but getting through without a death it feels very good because the run gets a little easier here until you get to the Dock Robot stages, I would say.
And again, cutting the lead basically in half. It was 15 seconds heading into Gemini. Now it's down to 8.
Yeah, and MadMega not doing anything wrong in that Gemini stage. Just the difference of someone like Prizzy who's grinded the game for a long time and plays more aggressively, whereas MadMega, actually MadMega, just talking about the runners for a little bit, he, a very good Mega Man 6 runner, has learned, I think, all the other NES games as well, but I don't think he's run a Mega Man game in a couple years, but he rusted Mega Man 3 for this tournament, and I think he's improved his PB by a good minute or so, which is great to see. Very, very talented runner, but just hasn't done a lot of Mega Man 3 in the past. Whereas Prizzy has played Mega Man 3 at a Games Done Quick, and is basically an elite level Mega Man runner at all of the ones he's played. MadMega taking a death there, unfortunately, but that's one of the quickest ones in the game, maybe about 10 seconds. But Prizzy has taken the lead back.
It was enough to do that, at least.
If you're gonna die anywhere, that's not a bad spot, though.
And if we had MadMega's audio highlighted, it would have meant a little extra time of the Needleman theme, which is my favorite of the bangers.
Ah, you've got good taste. Needle's a really good track. I feel like Snake and Spark get a lot of the love, but this is just a really deep soundtrack. Oh, that's what we call the Nadua laser. Unfortunately, you can't get rid of the Gemini laser. You can only have one on screen. It'll bounce around for a while if it doesn't hit its target. So that's about 5 seconds or so, just waiting for the laser to go away and just wishing you were anywhere else. But if you ask Nadua, he will say he never missed a laser in his life, so I'm not sure why it's called that.
I would imagine there's some sort of irony to the name, but that's just pure speculation on my part.
I started running this game in 2014, and it was named before that, so I only have hearsay to go on.
Fair enough. So we now head to Snake Man stage. What was an 8-second lead for MadMega has turned into a 22-second deficit.
We saw Prizzy zip through the first snake there, but that's not exactly how that was supposed to look. Health is a little low, should be okay in this stage, but we'll have to keep an eye on that situation, because that's definitely a lot lower than it should be. MadMega is showing the alternate way to deal with the snakes, which is just fly over them. Zipping them is a more advanced strategy, which can save 2 seconds in this stage if you do them properly. With the way Prizzy did the first one, he did not save time with the strat, so MadMega kind of picking up a little bit of time there. So here, we're going to see Prizzy try this one again, and that's exactly how it's supposed to look, so that was beautiful. Ooh, okay. I don't know if Prizzy has gotten a 1-up. That's death number 2. So he might be on his last life, but I did not see... No, he did pick up 1-up, so he's not at risk of game over here. That's another very short death right in the checkpoint room. I would imagine that Prizzy is not going to go for the faster strat at the end here, where you get off of Jet early and do single block slides underneath the cloud bullets. Yeah, he's going to skip it. Saves like a second and costs you 40 seconds if you fail it, so... I definitely agree with that decision.
I believe that's known as high risk, low reward.
Sure is. The type of thing you would do in a PB attempt, but maybe not in a tournament race. Alright. Okay. So we're pretty close here. Was that 10 to 15 seconds, something like that?
Let's see, 11:26 out for Prizzy and 11:36, so about a 10 and a half second.
Okay. Yeah, pretty close through 5 stages so far.
Yeah, pretty
One
much
death
cutting
for-
the lead in half.
Yeah. So now we go on to Magnet. I don't know what to say about Magnet, to be honest. This is a stage where you'll see, other than top first, you'll see the next most popular route, I should say, is Magnet first. And the benefit of doing top first is in Magnet stage, you'll have Rush Jet, and you'll be able to fly over the Yoku Block section instead of having to wait. So most of the time saved from the top first route comes in this stage.
I'm trying to remember back to my childhood, but I feel like Nintendo Power might have suggested the Magnet first route, but that was obviously not for speedrunning purposes.
Yeah, you are 100% correct. There are 2 bosses in this game that take 2 damage from Buster, or sorry, in the 8 robots that take 2 damage from Buster instead of 1. One is top and one is Magnet, so that makes some pretty natural choices to be the first Robot Master in a speedrun route. But it's very nice to come here with Shadow Blade. Not only does it kill Magnet Man in 4 hits, but if he jumps up to the ceiling instead of giving you the shield pattern, you can still hit him. You do hope to see the shield though, because you're gonna deboost him and he'll jump towards the middle. Unfortunately, when he goes up to the ceiling like that, this game has a kind of feature, I guess, where if you want to kill the bosses in the middle and you want to be as centered as possible when you do so. So, oh, okay, Mega getting the pattern, but ooh, he can't take this hit, so he's gonna just wait it out. Okay. The little explosion sprite, once those are all off the screen, then you start moving to the middle to teleport out. So the closer you are to the middle, the better.
Certainly makes sense. So now it's about a 24-second lead here for prisi heading into Hardman.
Really fun to watch high-level movement of this game. Since it's a sliding Mega, you move twice as fast sliding as you do walking, so you want to be sliding as much as possible. Watching the top runners just be able to chain slides together without much of walking time in between is very nice to see. Just looks very smooth. Nice little
boost as well. Like that's the other thing that's impressing me here. I have to remember that I'm commentating and not just sit here blankly in awe of some of the great gameplay here.
Yeah. So prisi does a strat not a lot of people do here. He uses Rush Coil for the dozers and then switches to Shadow Blade to fight Proto Man with Shadow. Proto takes twice as much damage from Shadow Blade. He's gonna try to kill him on this top platform there. Beautiful fight. Beautiful.
Wow.
That's something not many people in the world go for, let alone can do.
Attempt, let alone execute.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Man. Yeah. Good Hardman stage for prisi. And so we'll see the more common strategy here of using Buster on Proto, which is 28 hits instead of 14. And then finishing him off with Magnet. Magnet also does 2 damage per hit, but you don't have enough ammo to fight him entirely with it like you do with Shadow Blade. So sometimes you'll see someone start with Buster and switch to Magnet to finish him off, which is what MadMega did. Nice. Good fight right there. Alright, we go into Sparkman here, which is our last Robot Master before we go into the docks. The 8 robos end with a couple breather stages. I would say Hard and Sparker are 2 of the easier ones. But you can't fall asleep. There's definitely a couple pits in this stage where you have to be vigilant.
If you like me, every pit you have to be vigilant.
Yeah. Doesn't hurt to be vigilant on every pit, I suppose. Hyper vigilant, even.
And even with that, I still fall into the doggone things.
Yeah, it's these are not easy video games. The speedrunners make it look a lot easier than it is. This is an entire childhood to beat for most of us, I think. I can't even remember the first time I beat it without, cheating with either the second player debug functions or Game Genie or passwording or, what have you.
The next time I do it, I'll let you know, because that'd be my first.
We should. It's a fun game to revisit. Oh. All right. See Prisi doing that last minute jump to the middle there to go get his weapon faster. Spark can give you one of 4 patterns. 1, 2, 3, or 4 jumps. You want him to jump either once or twice. But Prisi managing the 4 jump pattern just fine. Let's see what MadMega gets. He gets the 1 jump here. Nice fight. Alright, so we'll see if they choose to run the same Doc Robot order. I think they do. I'm going to see Doc Gemini here, which is my vote for hardest stage in the game. I think Gemini is scarier, maybe more likely to die there. But as far as, the hardest stage to execute cleanly from start to finish, this one has my vote. This stage is impossible. Prisi going for the double slide at the end of this screen. That's, I respect it. Bold choice.
Well, we'll see if it pays off for him. Now just launching the needles in here, and yep, MadMega gonna take care of the same. So the lead for Prisi has jumped to about 33 seconds.
Yeah, it's obviously the gap is widening. Prisi kind of showing why he's one of the top Mega Man 3 runners, but 33 seconds is basically the amount of difference that, one death can cost, so still a close race.
Exactly, and now we have the first of the Mega Man 2 bosses, and that is Flashman, and quickly taken care of here.
Take a look at Prisi's underwater screen here. This is oh. Not exactly the way this one normally goes, but you're trying to kill as many things here as possible for lag reduction, because this screen can lag like crazy. But you also have to be careful for getting drops as you're using iframes to go over the spikes, and Prisi manages to navigate all that.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked because I didn't see the sprite flash, and I thought Prisi's about to take a death here, but apparently not.
Yeah, I don't know. It's some kind of visual glitch where I think when you throw Shadow Blade after taking damage and then slide, it removes your blinking. I don't know exactly how that works, but it always looks like you're gonna die, but you don't. Well, you only sometimes die, I should say.
Yeah, it's not a guarantee necessarily.
Right. Yeah, and MadMega executes that screen rather cleanly.
So that's Flash and Bubble Man out of the way through Gemini for Prisi. MadMega trying to navigate through these little bugs.
And the ladders, too. Really easy when you're trying to slide around ladders to, accidentally grab them. And so down will grab the ladders that are touching the ground. And down is what you use to slide.
Yeah, so Prisi... WWE match of the same name.
Yeah, so Prisi did not get the music despawn here. You can turn the music off by simulating a death and touching the spikes as you screen transition, but I can tell you Prisi's probably not too used to playing this first half of the stage with the music, so he's got to be extra careful. But seems to have navigated the most dangerous part there without a problem, so kudos to him. We're going to see... We saw MadMega set it up as well. We didn't have the sound on for him, but it looked like he had a proper setup there, so my guess is that he is playing this stage without music.
Hard to say, as we've got the Wood Leaves of Woodman here. Needle usually the way to go for this boss.
Yep, well done there. Managed to jump over the wood shield and take damage from the falling leaves, which does 4 damage instead of 8, which is nice, because you get a big health refill afterwards, so you can save time by taking the smaller hit there. Ooh, so I know exactly what happened to Prisi there. He saw that large health refill and he thought it was going to slow him down, but he had full health. And so he delayed his slide, but he delayed it too long and ended up in the pit. But it's a pretty short death. We're going to see what his backup is here. He doesn't have enough magnet to do this section again. So he's going to just take the boosts here. Okay, that should work. Okay, B. Oh, nope! Nope. That's not a game over.
Commentator's curse, as the old adage goes.
Okay, not a game over, so that's good, because that would have put MadMega in the lead. But right now, actually, MadMega is in the lead, but just by a hair.
By the slightest of margins.
Yeah, wow. And now Prisi is on his last life, so he's got to be very careful.
Going with top spin strats.
Yeah. Okay, alright. I'm sweating over here, and I'm not even running. So, good for MadMega. Just
it might be because we're about to approach Heatman.
You know what? That could be true. Oh, nice. MadMega gets the double hit there. Awesome. Well, a clean Doc Shadow stage for MadMega puts him in the lead. And a really nice fight for Prisi there. Got the slide under the fire and the double hit. So he's gonna, again, have to, for the second time, I think, have to make his way from behind.
Yeah, MadMega with about a 7-second lead heading into the Needleman stages.
And then the other thing for Prisi is he is still sitting at 0 lives, so any death is a game over, which means he may not be able to be as aggressive as he would like to. He definitely would not be sad to see a 1-up from one of these enemies. Alright, so we're going to have 2 airman fights, one after another. I think they might use different strats here. Yeah, so MadMega is going to start with Spark. Prisi's going to start with Coil. He's going to shoot and then swap in the middle of the fight and let the bullets travel through the air tornado and then switch to Spark. So that bullet there did Spark damage, and then he zipped off the tornado to get closer. So nice fight for Prisi there.
Kind of like the holograms in Wily 3. Similar.
Exactly, yes. The reason why this one works is when you're unteleporting, like coming out of the menu, the shot that you fired doesn't have a hitbox until like Mega Man materializes, and that's a 10-frame window. So if you pause right before the bullet collides with the tornado, it'll actually just pass through it, and then be able to hit Airman no matter what the pattern is. Alright. We see Prisi catching up little by little every screen, right? Oh.
Yeah, I wonder if that's part of the reason why they avoided the energy refill on the rush jet, considering it was running pretty low.
Yeah, you have plenty of energy there, because when you jump off of rush jet, it doesn't consume ammo, and then they are going to switch off it as soon as they get through that section, so better to just not collect it. Slow yourself down. Alright. Just going neck and neck here. This is our friend Crashman. I guess they're on Rockman 3, so Clashman.
And Hard Knuckle takes care of Crash Clashman. And wow, we are roughly
like half a
second apart. Yeah.
What a race.
The last of the stages, Sparkman, where you'll see Metal and Quick from Mega Man 2.
Alright, it took Prisi one screen to catch up there. Climbing in sync.
Yeah, that
beautiful.
The synchronization is chef's kiss. I hope it'll last.
Bottom route for prisi there. Prisi skipping the slide on the conveyor there. I'm not sure if that's something he would normally do in a race, or if that's maybe because he has 0 lives, or maybe he's just not feeling comfortable with this play. Another one of those like very small time saves that has a risk of death, which are usually the type of things you would see cut out in a race. Alright, we got Metal Man here. It's a fun little fight. 7 magnets to take him down. Beautiful, beautiful fight for prisi. Just like glorious iframe coverage there. Alright. prisi goes for the music despawn there, but does not get it. So 0 for 2 on music despawns. MadMega did not go for it, but he didn't have the correct setup pixel for it.
I would think that's for the better, but I didn't even know there was a music despawn thing until maybe about a week ago, so what do I know?
Yeah, the Shadow one is like fairly consistent, or at least safe. The Spark one doesn't really have a consistent setup for it. Alright, here we have Quickman. It's not an easy pattern that prisi got, and he dealt with it very, very well. His fights have been quite good in this game, or at least a lot of them have. Alright, not bad for MadMega either. So, alright, we're through docks. We got a pretty close race on our hands. We just have the Wily stages left to go after our good friend Breakman here.
Yep, it's now a 7-second lead for prisi. Lovable whistle.
Yeah, this game, the introduction of Proto Man.
The classic eyebrows.
I'm amazed they've kept this like Wily capsule sound effect all the way through the newer games as well. Alright, so Wily 1. A couple spots you have to be careful. This underwater screen in particular. prisi going for the double slide. What a beast. I don't know if I would have recommended that, but probably why I'm commentating in prisi's racing.
Hold on, I'm just taking a look at the brackets here. So Fast CC is the 1 seed, and prisi is the 4 seed. Yeah, I don't think it's because you're here in the commentator booth, or it's why you're in the commentator booth.
So prisi's track record in tournaments is very, very strong. I would say he is maybe the best tournament racer that we have in the Classic Mega community. I think a couple people like Cool Kid might have an argument, but prisi generally performs very, very well in tournaments, so I'm not one to question his decision making for sure. He usually, because he was the Mega Man 4 tournament winner, and he took Cool Kid to 5 games in the Rockman 2 tournament, so he's on a pretty good streak. You see a couple different techniques here in this fight. prisi going with Shadow Blade, whereas MadMega goes with Topspin. Shadow a little faster because it's a quicker menu, but the fight's a bit tougher to optimize. So nice to see the little strat differences.
Done and done.
Yep. So we got Wily 2, which is 1 giant spike pit. I think we're going to see a strat difference here too. prisi going with the relatively new coil strat that PGA came up with. Saves like 40 frames or something like that, and is, a little riskier. And most likely, I think we're going to see MadMega use Jet here, yeah.
And here comes the Yellow Devil.
So Yellow Devil's eye is going to open up. prisi needs to get 10 hits in before it closes. And
wow,
easy, as they say. 7 hits in the first jump, 3 in the second, and Yellow Devil is dead. If you're not able to get that cycle, you lose 18 seconds waiting for him to reform on the other side. We'll see if MadMega can get it. 5 and 4, one short. All you can do is wait. Pretty close, though. Not an easy trick to get. Despite the name, Easy Devil. I want to call attention to Prizzy's wiggle despawn of the light there. That was really, really clean. Oh, is Prizzy going to go for the zip? I want to see it as a commentator, but as I really hope he doesn't. Okay, he didn't. He summoned Coil. He made it look like he was going to go for the zip. It's one of the dumbest time saves in this game, and something that nobody should really go for. But Prizzy has been doing it off and on of late. And you were alluding to the Wily free kill earlier. We see that tech reused from the Airman fight, where we swapped a topspin mid-shot and let the topspin bullet kill the boss.
Prizzy's end after a little bit of, I guess, kind of a reminiscent of Gutsman type robot here with throwing those blocks.
Those are tough. Sorry, go ahead.
8 boss refights.
Yeah, having run a lot of the classic Mega games, I can say that this is my favorite refights. There's a few really good ones in the classic series, but this is such a fun speedrun level. Prizzy does a really good job with Snake Man there. The cool thing about this is they're really fast-paced. You get in and you get out. You're not really forced to get the health. You can skip as many as you feel safe doing. But all the fights are different in the stage variants because you want to end on the left teleporter. So you end up fighting them a little different than you normally would.
Because the strategy normally would be to try to finish near the center, but that's in the early part of the game.
Exactly, yeah. But it's having a really nice refight so far. MadMega just a few bosses behind, but Prizzy's not giving him a lot of opportunity to catch up here. Nice Gemini fight for Prizzy. He actually came up with the tech for that fight by shooting his first laser off the left wall, which is something Prizzy's kind of become known for, is opening fights by shooting to the left to make them faster.
Yeah, as smooth as these fights have gone, and I know I'm potentially commentators cursing with that, but it feels as though you can't really gain time, but you can certainly potentially lose time.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. Like this is one of the toughest stages to optimize, just because there's a lot of precise fights back to back, and so new runners often find themselves losing more time in Wily 4 than any other stage. But it's like piecemeal. But yeah, it can be really tough to kind of make up ground there. Alright, I'm gonna see Prizzy go for a quick kill here. Kills the first phase. He's gonna shoot 2 lag snakes to slow the game down. Make it a little easier to mash the Wily Machine phase 2 when he comes down. Very, very nice fight there. And Prizzy is going to be going off to the last stage now.
Yep, here comes the Gamma fight.
Guess the Wily with springs in his neck was not the real Wily.
Alright, Shadow takes out the first half. And Snake with the last half.
GG, Prizzy. I think if you'd ask Prizzy, he would say 36:30. It was not the time he was hoping for from this race, but he did manage to escape with the win.
Yep, looks like official race time is 36:31.
Meanwhile, MadMega is going to be going on to the last stage.
Probably
He's
about a
gonna be
minute
looking,
back, all told. Maybe a little more.
yeah. He's looking like he's going to get something in the 37 4x range, 37 3x maybe, which is pretty good because his PB is a high 36. So when you're half a minute or so off of your PB, that's a pretty solid race. And we're going to see, I think, top spin from MadMega here. Beautiful.
Yep, and there we go. 37:38, so a difference of 67 seconds between the two runners.
Pretty good. So yeah, really, really entertaining race. We were very, very close throughout the docks there, but Prisi pulling away for good in the Wiley stages. But this is best of 3. We're gonna see another race at least here, and yeah, see what we get from the two runners. I'm gonna go ahead and set them up another race channel here.
So while Fast at CC is taking care of that, just taking a look at some of the other things going on here among the Speed Gaming networks. So it looks like we have a Metroid Dread Any Percent No Major Glitch tournament match currently going on. There'll be another one at 8 p.m. Eastern. That'll be going on the main Speed Gaming channel. Here on Speed Gaming 2, we're going to be here for a little bit longer, depending on whether we get another 1 or 2 games in this best of 3. And then at 9 p.m. Eastern here on Speed Gaming 2, we have a Super Metroid Chuzo randomizer tournament race, and that's between Fat Scott 25 and Exact Science. Over on Speed Gaming 3, they're going to be doing a Super Metroid and a Link to the Past combo randomizer community race. That'll be starting at 9 p.m. and going until after the midnight hour here in the Eastern Time Zone. And over on Speed Gaming 4, there's a Link to the Past League Season 5 Invitational, and that'll be starting at 9:10 p.m. Eastern. So plenty coming your way here among the Speed Gaming networks here this evening.
Nice promo. Well done.
Oh, and I gave just enough time for you to get back. Even better.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, I think we're gonna go ahead and set up the next one. Just about ready to go here.
Almost as if I've done this sort of thing before.
Seem pretty confident with it. Pretty comfortable. Alright. So to answer a question in chat regarding the difference between the two versions, we didn't really cover that. You would think that they run the Japanese version of the game because of text, but that's actually not the case in this one. There are a lot of really small differences between the US and the Japanese version of the game. And some of them cause time differences in the speedrun and some don't. You'd be surprised how many small differences there are. The main reason they run the Japanese version is the Doc Flash fight is very slightly faster in the Japanese version. He freezes you for less time and only shoots 1 bullet at you as opposed to 10 or 15 or something in the US version. The cutscene is actually 12 frames faster in the US version, among other just like minor differences, some favoring the US, some favoring the Japanese. You could really run either and they are very, very close. But generally you see them run the Japanese version because of the Doc Flash fight. It's like the biggest major difference. And we are underway.
A negligible difference, and here we go. Game number 2.
All right. Well, I know Prisi with a 3630 is, especially had a rough start in the last one with the top death, is going to be looking to try to avenge that first race a little bit, even though it was a victory. No, I know, having been there myself, that when you have a race with 3 deaths in it or something in a game that ostensibly you should be pretty comfortable with, you definitely want to try to make that up in the second one, and at least of the 2 races, have one that you can feel pretty strongly about going forward. For MadMega, he's a runner again with like a high 36 PB. He could probably have a low 36. He's the type that's capable of a PB in a race, because he's come back to the game so recently, and his skill level is definitely above his PB. So I think both have a lot to race for here in game 2. Like, besides wins and losses, I think there's a lot that they have to play for here.
Prisi again going with the under top jump for the last of those.
Yeah. It's going to be an interesting decision to see which runners decide to go for that top jump and which don't. Like, for instance, Colonel Fatso, the number 2 seed in this tournament, does not. I do. I'm not sure about Becco, the number 3 seed, but it's something that even the top runners are not in alignment with, as far as how risky is that jump really. Because it definitely, starting your race by losing 35 seconds is not a good feeling.
But Prisi completing that about 7 seconds faster than MadMega, so that is the lead at the moment here as we head into Shadow Man.
Oh man, what a gauntlet of an opening this route is. This top first route. Top Shadow Gemini is just so difficult. And typically in a race, like, the beginning is when you're really like trying to get settled and get comfortable, and these stages just punish you so harshly for not being fully engaged and fully ready.
There's a question, chat, how often do people PB during races? I would say that it's fairly uncommon.
Not super common, but we've had good 4 or 5 in this tournament already, I think. Generally, it's from runners that are newer, maybe learned the game for this tournament, or like de-rusted it for this tournament. But yeah, no, it definitely happens. Like, for Prisi, I would say the chance is nearly 0, but for MadMega, I would say it's like 1-2%, maybe even higher than that.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Exactly. It's not even 1 in a million. Yeah, Prisi managing to nail the parachute section. MadMega gets through cleanly as well. Both runners off to a very strong start here.
All right, high 349, maybe low 350 for Prisi, and
Yeah, I think anybody who's played this game has had that happen to them. For anybody that doesn't know how the ammo drain on Shadow Man works, because I think this is something that perplexes a lot of people, they'll lose all their ammo against Shadow Man. If you're spinning while in his hitbox, it will drain ammo every frame. And the only way that happens is if you and Shadow Man are both in invincibility frames, because if you're not, you'll get hit and exit your spin. So basically, you just want to not be in the middle of his hitbox, or conversely, you can just wait until your iframes run out and then attack him, and that will never happen. Was he hitting the wrong row of eggs there, but gets back on track and gets the zip?
and leaving behind a 1-up in the process.
Man, I was so scared for Prisi's life count in that last race.
Yeah, I almost thought that maybe out of just sheer spite, Prizzy would have grabbed that along the jumping path.
Yeah. Yeah, you never expect to game over in a race when you have a 33 in this game, because you really shouldn't die 3 times. But anything can happen. I've definitely game overed in this game in a no reset scenario, and it's happened to a lot of runners. So you gotta always be cognizant of that life count.
Yeah, whether it's any percent randomizer or any other type of race, the only thing that's for sure is nothing's for sure.
That is very true. You practice to try to find consistency, but consistency doesn't always want to be found. Very, very nice fight for Prizzy there. I really love the Gemini fight. It seems like every runner has a different approach to that fight. Prizzy got kind of a unique one. Managed to nail it there. And this is a much, much better start for Prizzy. Almost exactly what you're looking for in a race. Just get out of these first 3 stages without any major mistakes. They don't even have to be fast. You just need to avoid the disaster, which he's done. And beyond that, he's actually played pretty well here. MadMega.
There's definitely been a purpose in this second race here. Prizzy more so trying to get closer to his own PB or average or something of that nature, as I guess Prizzy felt that there was a subpar for performance in that first race despite the victory.
Right. Did Prizzy get hit by the dragonfly? I feel like he did. Prizzy's dragonfly. Got hit by something. I think it was the dragonfly. Needle's kind of a breather stage after the first 3. We saw MadMega have the Nadua laser in the first match. That's the big danger here. Actually, we saw the 10-second death there too. Those are kind of the 2 things that can go wrong in this stage. Oh, there's another dragonfly win for all you dragonfly fans out there. Oh, same one.
Same one, same spot.
Yeah. Again, just about the shortest death you can take, so not too bad. So that death is fairly easy to take, because you can either slide 2 or 3 times before jumping there, and if you slide 3, your movement has to kind of be on point. Otherwise, you run into that 8-frame problem where the game won't allow you to jump out of your slide.
So if you try to jump out of 2.5 slides, it ends up being a problem.
Yeah, exactly. So that's how a lot of the improving at this game is just getting your movement consistent to the point that you can always have the window to jump that you think you should have. And the more consistent your movement gets, the easier it is to plan for stuff like that. Prizzy had an 801 out of Needle, which is really, really solid for a race.
It's going to be a little bit over a minute back here, about a minute 1 for MadMega. And it's not really from any major mistakes on MadMega's part. It's just been Prizzy's been locked in. Yeah, just little stuff for MadMega, but Prizzy showing kind of what low 34 pace looks like in this game, and it is very hard to keep pace with that. Oh, same death for Prizzy. So this is really interesting. We're seeing a lot of repeat mistakes from the first race. But again, these are 2 of the shortest deaths you can take, both checkpoint room deaths. Of course, I say Prizzy's locked in, then he goes and does that.
I don't believe in the commentator's curse, so I don't blame you for that one. Each runner is responsible for their own destiny. You can't let yourself off the hook. Oh, so Prizzy is going to go for this time. Okay, he's feeling a little bit more comfortable. And nails it. Okay. Beautiful.
Told you he was locked in.
Yeah. I definitely appreciate just if you feel like you can get it and you're in the zone, just do it. If that's the strat you're used to.
It's like certain basketball players when they're on that kind of roll, they feel like every shot that they take, they're throwing it into an ocean as opposed to a donut hole.
Yeah, for sure. The heat check, right? Gotta see if you still have it. Keep shooting till you miss. Which is a dangerous mentality to have in speedrunning, I would say.
And it's only dangerous when it doesn't work.
Yeah, I guess that's true, but yeah, I don't know. I think you're playing with fire at a certain point. Another reason why prisi might have gone for it there, and I'm just speculating here because this is something that I'll do. Like, if I have the opportunity to have a deathless run, I might play a little safer. But then once I've taken a death, like, all bets are off. If I take a second death, then so be it. And so that might encourage me to be a little bit more loose with my strats than I would be otherwise. But I'm not sure if that's why prisi did that there.
So to answer a question, chat, does Mega Man off-screen reduce lag? I'm presuming that means as far as the rush jet. I believe that if you are off-screen, like jumping off-screen while utilizing the jet, well, not only does it reduce lag, but it also reduces the energy used.
Yeah, that's correct. You definitely see use of that in Dock Needle with being on jet and jumping off the top of the screen. Okay, prisi gets the good RNG there, and you see that nice center kill. Man, Magnet is a really mash-heavy stage. Shoot 28 shots at Proto, you shoot 8 shots each at those 2 springers, and then shoot 5 eyeballs with 3 health each. Like, pushing the B button a lot in this stage.
One of my many Achilles heels with this game.
Yeah, it's definitely the mash heaviest classic Mega. I always say this, but I think it's a little overblown in that primarily this is a movement game. Because you have the slide, your time is going to be more reflective of the type of movement you have than it is of your mashing. But having good mashing helps, and you definitely can't deny the time save that comes from being able to mash just a little bit faster.
Yeah, being able to mash doesn't hurt you, that's for sure.
Exactly. But I would say it's less important than either movement or like having good boss fights. Boss fights save you a lot of time in this game if you can do them well. All right, we're gonna see prisi try to repeat the success he had here with Coil and then Chatterley on Hardman. Okay, yeah, this is why I don't do this strat, because killing those dozers with Coil is a nightmare. So what happened with prisi here is he got hit by 2 of them. The health he has right now is not enough to fight Hardman with the normal strat. So he's actually going to E-tank here, which I think purely from a time-saving perspective, I don't think that's worth it. Better to not get the boost against Hardman, but if you're more comfortable fighting him, if you're more comfortable fighting him the normal way with the D-boost, then it's probably worth it anyway. Because I don't think the time difference is much different. Cool. Actually, you know what? If you're doing the Shadow Blade strats, the E-Tank might not be so bad. I'll have to ask prisi about that. I'm not sure if he's done the timing on that.
Alright, so heading into Hardman, it was, I believe, a 66-second difference. We'll see how much MadMega is able to chip into that, hopefully.
Yeah, Prisi on track for a 16, a sub 17 8 robos, which is, you know, easy 34 pace. So he's having a good run. Go, MadMega with the magnet finish there. I feel like MadMega is probably not that far behind his PB. It's probably 15-20 seconds or so. So he's having a pretty solid race as well.
This is just what you get when you have a 4 seed versus a 13 seed, and both of them are playing to their ability. It's not anything against, you know, MadMega being behind. It's just that's why they're seeded the way that they are.
Yeah, and this being a double elimination tournament is nice. If Prisi is able to advance here, MadMega is not eliminated, and he'll go into the bonus bracket and see if he can climb his way back up. And yeah, I don't know. I think there's going to be some really closely contested races in the bonus bracket as well. So it should be fun to follow what happens. You know, both in the top bracket and the bottom bracket.
Absolutely, and there's your sub 17 8 robos for Prisi.
Yep, really solid. Yeah, probably a mid 34 pace, I would say, if he keeps playing the way he is. I just love how this first screen of Doc Gemini looks. Like, the Buster part is really fun, and you get the magnets, and you're just, like, shooting them before the enemies spawn and just letting them track and kill them before they drop their flames. It's just so beautiful. One of my favorite rooms in the game. Alright, MadMega gets through 8.
Is still about a little less than a minute 10 behind.
Yeah, Prisi not given as much room for MadMega to hang in there in this one. Last one definitely could have gone either way. Like, even Prisi's final time of 36:30, like that's definitely in the range that MadMega can beat, even though that's lower than his PB. Like, he's absolutely capable of a time like that. You know, sometimes you're racing somebody and they get a time in the race that, like, you're just not capable of. And, you know, what can you do? You just kind of tip your cap to them. But yeah, that one Prisi definitely left the door open. Alright, let's see what pattern we get from Bubble Man for Prisi here. Three bubbles. Fewer the better. 3 bubbles is very, very laggy. But none of the, like, aside from the turtles, the boss RNG in this game is usually just a matter of, you know, you lose a second or maybe a little more than a second from the worst pattern. So there's a lot of... Flashman really wanted to give MadMega a hug there.
Oh,
Yeah. overly attached, maybe.
okay, it looks like this time the music despawn had occurred.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't see Prisi get either in the last run, so get to see it in action here. Sorry if you were a fan of the Shadow theme, which you should be. But it does save like 2.5 to 3 seconds to reduce the lag. Oh, and you went for the clutch jump there? Beautiful. Yeah, Prizzy's feeling it. He's going for all the micro time saves that can, cause major deaths if you miss. But yeah, transitioning on the same frame that you hit the spikes causes the death sound to play, but you don't die. And the trigger for the music to start up again doesn't happen until you hit this boss gate. And the game runs better without the music playing by like pretty significantly. All right. Frizzy had some trouble in this scream in the last race, but I find it funny that he got a big health drop there, because that's what killed him last time, but this time he was missing health. And so, yeah.
It worked accordingly.
Yeah, it worked. That's probably what he was expecting to happen last time. All right. Very nice heat fight again. See MadMega take the screen the same way. And those platforms, you can do slide jumps off of them, but it is very, very precise.
Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Yeah. Definitely doable with practice, but it's a big risk. All right, nice 5 hits. First cycle there for MadMega. Nice fight. I like this. This is an old school strat of switching to Gemini Laser for the hammer jokes, and then switching to Magnet. You don't actually have enough Magnet to do both of these screens with Magnet. You're hoping for drops in order for this to work. But by using Laser in the last screen, you don't have to worry about a drop, and you'll have enough every time. Ooh, you got it. He got that spark shot off just before getting hit there. Otherwise, he would have been knocked all the way to the left. So good timing there.
And now here's that strategy we're talking about, being able to jump off the screen to eliminate lag and also reduce the amount of rush jet energy that is being used.
Yeah, and there's even a third function here, which is if you jump as the dragonfly is trying to track you, like watch, he'll jump right here, and okay. The one he didn't get was the one I tried to point out, but the dragonfly will try to track you down to the bottom of the screen, because when you jump off the top, it actually wraps your position down to the bottom. So the dragonfly will try to track you down there. Yeah. And then him going all the way down will cause the dragonfly to despawn, which reduces lag further. So yeah, it's kind of a boring screen to watch because you're just watching somebody jump off the top of the screen, but there's actually a little bit more speed there than it looks like. MadMega just decides to reset the screen there, which I do not blame him. You missed the jump off the ladder there, and then the missile kind of gets off on top of you. Oh no! Just barely didn't have the reach to get to that ladder.
Grabbing a safety E-tank there is MadMega.
Yeah, did he use one? Because he could have gotten the one in Gemini and didn't. I noticed when he went through there that he left that one alone. You get a free one in Hardman. I don't remember seeing him use an E-tank. He may have just taken more damage in this stage than he intended to, which might explain like why he took it. Because he definitely took more damage in the Springer screen than he wanted to, I'm sure. Okay. Oh, he did use the Hardman E-tank. Okay. I didn't notice where that happened. I missed it.
And you can see they're all heading toward the bottom.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like as soon as they start to track you, you try to do that full jump, and they'll try to track you to the bottom. MadMega doing a good job despawning those last two. Nice fight for prisi again. Not as good as his last one. His last one was pristine, but that one was pretty solid as well. Alright, too far. prisi knew that was too far. Wow, he went for the backup. That is very, 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 very risky. Because there's no setup for that at all. You just start holding left at what you think is the proper time. And if you die there, you don't start after Metal Man. You go back to the beginning of the stage. That's like over a minute time loss if you die. I'm sure prisi erred on the side of going late rather than early, because that won't kill you. But that is really, really bold.
It makes sense. I mean, prisi at this point is the full 2 Mega Man 2 mini bosses ahead of MadMega at this juncture.
Nice. We got to see prisi do the Gemini laser fight with Quickman. He got enough drops in the first half of the stage that he was able to do that. It's a quicker menu. He dies in the same amount of hits from Snake or Laser, but you can menu to Laser faster. Alright. Nice Breakman fight. There are a couple strats for Doc Spark that MadMega is going through right now. Mostly you'll see people use Gemini Laser in the first half. There are a couple runners that will use Shadow Blade here, which is a totally fine strat. They're basically the same time-wise. By starting with Gemini Laser, you get the opportunity to get drops and then also fight Quickman with Laser, which is kind of the best of both worlds, because using Shadow is slower in the first half, but allows you to use Gemini Laser against Quickman, so you get like most of that time back. I would like to buy prisi's mashing if I could. That were available for purchase somewhere. For those that don't know, prisi mashes with his teeth, which I did not believe to be a real thing when he told me back in 2015 or whatever, but I've since been able to see it for myself, and it is actually a thing, and it is pretty incredible.
I'll take things to which I was completely unaware for 800, Alex.
Yeah, I don't know what you're going to do with that information, but it's yours now.
I feel like I need the Animaniacs to come out and say, that was another useless fact.
Alright, so we got the turtles here, which is the biggest source of RNG in the run. Whenever the turtle maker goes right, you know you're going to get one of the faster patterns, like this. If he goes left, then you're going to get one of the slower ones, like you got on that last one. Pretty average. He got 3 rights and 2 lefts, but his 3 rights were all second fastest and not fastest turtle. So it's a pretty average pattern for prisi there. And Mega fighting Breakman. For some reason, Breakman has 20 HP, even though Proto has 28, and I have no idea why that's the case. Mega Man has 28, Proto has 28, bosses have 28, Breakman has 20, I don't know.
Your guess is as good as mine on that one.
Yeah. Questions I wish I could ask the dev team. I like to think that there's a very important lore reason behind it. Another easy devil for prisi. You can see his mashing is very, very fast. Not the absolute fastest classic Mega Masher, but definitely one of the faster ones. Nice comfy, 12 hertz mashes, 12 hertz mashing. Nicely snakes his way through the bullets there. I think if there was a run that we were going to see prisi go for the zip in Wily 3, it's going to be this one. I think he is a stream watcher, so I think he knows that he's ahead comfortably. And I think it's a strat he would want to show off. So we'll see. He teased it the first time by summoning Coil. Let's see. Let's see. No. I don't think we're seeing it in this tournament then, if we didn't see it there.
That was just a little teaser for the fans.
Well, can't say I'm not disappointed, but I also would not do it myself, so I can't help but respect the decision not to. So we have prisi in Wily 4, we have MadMega in Wily 2. MadMega got weirded out by that health drop there as well. It's really easy to... It's not even the drops that slow you down. Sometimes it's the drops you get when you're at full health that are more damaging. Because you think you know what's going to happen, and then it doesn't. It's hard to remember at that point in time that you have full health. Nice fight for prisi. Well, until he missed the teleporter. I take it back.
In the interim, we have a a question in chat. For those who have not seen it, how does the Wily 3 zip work?
Okay, so you summon Coil to the left. You Coil when the platform, the moving platform that's going right to left is right above you. You kind of get wedged in the platform, and if you're facing right, it zips you to the left. Then you have to stop on that platform without over-zipping into the spikes. Jump up to the platform right above you, and then you can make it up to the ladder a cycle faster. It is really dumb because you can't reliably control the length at which you zip there. And it's just really easy to over-zip into the spikes. Which is why it's just not really an RTA strat, but prisi has more confidence in it than most do. So if anybody's going to be doing it in runs, it would be him.
MadMega having a little Coil conundrum there at the beginning.
Yeah, that's a tricky room. Trying to snake your way in between the bullets. Alright, prisi has 1 health, which is all you're required to have to beat the stage. That is definitely calculated. Went into Spark fight with 5 health left, with Spark not being able to do more than 4 damage with any move that he does. Right. And Mega gets the Wily 3 quick kill. prisi just has 2 quick kills left. Finish this run off. Oh, that was an early jump, but that was actually pretty optimal there. Well, glad to see prisi responded to his mid 36 with a run that's this strong. This is a nice mid 34. Assuming we don't have a disaster here against Gamma, which there have definitely been a lot of disasters against Gamma, but this fight shouldn't be too bad. Okay, he's going for top. Went for Snake in the first one. Nice.
And there it is, 34-34 on screen. The official race time is the same, 34 minutes and 34 seconds. GG's to prisi, who is going to advance.
Yeah, that's a
bracket.
Yeah. GG prisi.
And now has Madu coming up in the 4-5 matchup.
That is going to be a very, very good race. Can't wait for that one. Mid 34 is going to win a lot of races, but both both Madu and Prisi definitely capable of better times than that. So yeah, it should be fun to see. Their PBs, I think, are 5 seconds apart. And they're both very, very consistent racers, typically. And Meg is quite consistent as well. Just doesn't have the 7 years of Mega Man 3 experience that Prisi does, unfortunately. But I think he can be pretty happy with how he performed today.
Alright, so taking a look here, Mad Mega is going to head into the bonus bracket and will be squared up against the 23-seeded Infinite Mystery. And both of their respective tournament lives will be on the line.
Yeah, should be a good race as well. Infinite Mystery, one of the very few Needle first runners, which is always a sight to see. I would not recommend any new runner of this game run Needle first, because it's very, very difficult. If anybody's tried to fight Needle Buster only, you'll know what I'm talking about. Nice! MadMega making up for the last race, getting the quick kill there.
Meanwhile, I was taking a look to see if we have any other tournament races scheduled. We do have one set up for 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, and that is going to be an elimination match. It's going to be the 18-seeded ZG taking on the 21-seeded Mushroom Boy 2010 on a network yet to be determined.
Oh, that's a tough one to call. That's a pretty evenly matched race as well.
Yep, the winner of that will advance in the bonus bracket. The loser will be eliminated from the tournament. And Mad Mega finishing up here. Official race time of 37:48. But certainly a gallant effort, for sure.
All right, let's see if they want to come in here for an interview. But yeah, GG to both runners. Very similar times for Mad Mega in both races. I think it was 37-37 or something in the first one.
Yeah, 37:38 in the first one, and 37:48 in the second.
Yeah, pretty close. All right. Looks like we've got at least one runner down for an interview, maybe both.
Joining us here, we have Mad Mega. A gallant effort today. GG. How did you feel about the respective races?
Not too bad. Hi guys. Just yeah, I knew what I was up against. Prizzy's one of the best around, so I knew it was tough. I mean, I think the first one was probably pretty interesting. It was close for a while, probably, but
Can I ask you, were you... Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Fast. What's up?
Were you watching that race? Like, did you know how close it was?
I knew it was close for a while. I'd check in on it every like. I don't like to watch them anymore, but I try to check in every like stage or two.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, because you had a really solid couple of races, very consistent, and yeah, towards the end of the Doc Robots, you were, I mean, you had the lead. It was quite a race. But yeah, you guys played really well. I had a lot of fun watching that one. Do you, Mad Mega, do you have like when you go into a race where you know your opponent is maybe 2 or 3 minutes faster on your PB, does that change your approach or your mentality at all?
I mean, a little bit, because I kind of, which is the reason why I'm so mad about the deaths in Needle. I don't understand how that is a place where I have not died. That slide there, I can't even remember, and I died there twice today. I legitimately don't know the last time I died there. But like my whole goal is to die as minimally as possible, but be clean, because
Yeah.
there's no way I'm gonna beat Prisi if he's perfect. I know that. So I need to not die and be as close to perfect as I can be. That's the whole goal.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense to me. It was really interesting to see in the second race where you died in Needle in the exact same way, and then we saw Prizzy die in Snake in the exact same way. It was, yeah, very interesting second race. Saw a couple of the same mistakes like repeat themselves. Prizzy, congratulations. I'm sure you're a lot happier with that second race than the first, but yeah, did enough to advance, and mid 34 is a really solid time, especially with the death.
Thank you. GG's. I don't know what happened to that first race. Felt like it was 2015 for me when I actually had a 37 PB. But yeah, the second race is much better for sure. I just hope that death is not a thing now in Snake, because I died there twice in a row in that checkpoint room. But yeah, really happy that I get to show off the Snake Zips in the second one, and yeah, some other stuff. So
Yeah. I mean, you also, you did a couple of the riskier things, you clutch jump and the Snake single block slides and all that. Feeling a little bit more confident in the second one, or what was the reason for going for some of the riskier stuff in race 2?
really the main reason for me, I mean, I was so annoyed that I actually, so I was thinking about skipping the snake blocks again, but then I died there again. I was so annoyed. I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna go for the snake blocks just to make me feel a little bit better and hope that I don't die, because if I would have died, I would have been really mad.
I
But
told you
anyways,
it was out of spite.
I try to so I try to win. I try to go for harder strats just to see how it feels in a race. That's probably the main reason. That's why I went for one of the clutch jumps, just to see, like, okay, can I do this in a tournament setting? Do I want to do this? And yeah, kind of wanted to check. But also, I don't want to change up my muscle memory too much, because like the clutch jumps have been in my muscle memory for some time. So like there's a possibility to die there for me if I don't go for them, because I usually don't really practice. I don't practice it like the normal way, without the clutch jumps. So I'm not sure. I'll probably just go for the clutch jumps, honestly. That's my conclusion. So I might die, but I just see. One more thing. See, dying there is fine in my opinion. Like it's a lot of time that you lose, but it's very risky, and I like to be a little bit riskier, especially in the later stages. But like not dying there without doing the clutch jumps just feels not right for me, and that can definitely happen, and so that's why.
Yeah, that's fair. So Mad Mega, have you run any Classic Mega in the last couple years? It seems like I know you kind of derusted this for this tournament, but you hadn't put a ton of time into Mega Man 3 before. Is this what brought you back for this tournament?
I don't know really. I just I'd kind of always wanted to come back to this game because this is like the first speed game I learned, and I played it it was terrible how I was playing on a terrible upstreamer or an upscaler. So like it was a terrible setup back then, and so like I always knew that PB had a lot of time to save in it, and then this tournament happened. I was like, well, I've been putting that off long enough, and I've really enjoyed coming back to this. I've saved a lot of time over my old PB, and it's a really fun game to play. I just wish I could mash a little better.
Sure. I'm glad that this tournament is double elimination because I definitely want to see you keep playing, and because you probably have another minute to take on that PB, I think.
I'd love to get a 35. I don't know if it's possible, but that might be the ultimate goal here. But we'll see. That's a bit for me, I think.
Yeah, I'd love to see it. Look forward to following your journey. I got one more question for you, Prisi. Well, first of all, a quick one. Are we not going to see the Wiley 3 zip in any of the tourney races? I thought we were going to see it in that second match, but
I thought we were gonna. I thought so too in that second match. I was planning on going for it, but that Death and Snake just really made me think about it. And when I got to that point, when I got to YC, I was not feeling confident. So just
that's fair. It's a silly strat, but I was kind of hoping to see it.
I might go for it at some point. Let's just put it that there's a possible chance. All right.
Okay. In the first match, were you tracking your lives? Because I was very afraid you were going to game over at the end of Doc Shadow, and that probably would have given the race to MadMega.
Yes, I was very nervous actually going into Doc Needle, Doc Shadow.
Okay, because you were on 0 lives for a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
The relief, I was relieved after Y3. When I got to Y3, when I got to Y4, excuse me, that's where I was like, okay, I'm confident. There's actually a one up that I didn't take. The one up at the end of the refights, I actually should probably just have taken that, but I was like in tunnel vision. I actually didn't see it. Didn't see the one up. Didn't realize.
Gotcha. Cool. Well.
One more thing. I don't know if you guys saw it, but that second Shadow refight.
Oh, that was so good.
That was. I don't think I've ever done that before in a in a run. That was good, right? I actually don't know.
For that pattern, that's as well as you can fight it. That was a really, really clean fight.
Yeah, crazy. Like when you come down and you hit him.
Yeah, that's exactly how you want to fight that pattern. That was beautiful.
Really hard, really tough, that fight, I think. Okay, well, yeah, but GG's, MadMega. I'm looking forward to see you in the tournament. It's not over yet, right? There's
no.
Oh yeah.
There's more.
Wow.
Well, there's more.
There's more.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
GG's,
congrats, Prisi. Well done.
MadMega goes on to take on Infinite Mystery in the second round of the bonus bracket.
Awesome. Thank you for the commentary and for organizing everything. Everybody behind the scenes.
Yeah, had a lot of fun. Thanks for the racers. Thanks for Ferran for joining me here. It was always nice to have a casting buddy.
Oh, most certainly. I mean, I've gotten to see a few of these, and I thought, all right, I don't know all of the technical strats that well, but I've grown up playing this game, and I thought, all right, I can at least apply enough to let the experts be the experts, and I can help with the play-by-play, as that's kind of my my trade in that regard.
Yeah, you're hugely helpful, and help carry the cast for sure.
Well, that being said, thank you all for tuning in. I believe that we're going to head on over to the main SpeedGaming channel, as there's a Metroid Dread Any % No Major Glitch tournament match coming up here between 3-3 and Arc Andy. That should be starting in a matter of a few minutes here, so it seems to be a good place to go here, part of the Mawkin bracket. And thank you. Make sure to give our runners a follow here. You see the names up on the screen. And we'll be back on a yet-to-be-determined network tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern, as we have coming your way. Of course, I had it here and there and lost it. Mushroom Boy 2010 against ZG. And that's going to be an elimination match, so certainly looking forward to that. For our runners here, for my broadcast partner, Fast at CC, I'm Ferran Burgundy saying until next time, stay classy, my friends, and more importantly, stay safe. So long, everyone.